Welcome to the Boxing Bookie and Johnny Says Boxing. Here with the co-stream, me and Johnny Says. It's gonna be fun. I've been in a bad mood the last week or so. What up, Johnny? Introduce yourself. For the guys on my side who might not know Johnny, but I'm sure if you know me, you know Johnny. If you're listening to this week, you know who Johnny is. But go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yeah, we come as a combo. What's up, everybody? If you're on my channel, go follow Gary at 3D Boxing, and if you catch me on his, what's up, boys? Hopefully everyone's doing well. Not a lot to work with this week, but we'll find a way. And shout out to everybody who was in the stream last night in the Discord with the Aussie fights. All the ace. I just want to clarify because I haven't talked to the boys. Gary, my side today. Usually this would be the stream where I talk to them. All the A sides won last night and didn't get the results we wanted. We played some knockouts, didn't happen. But today is a new day, and we'll discuss what's in front of us, I'm sure, in this live stream. So hopefully everyone's doing well.
We make it do what it do, DJ. We make it do what it do. So I if you guys watch my stream, you know, I've been in a bad mood. I haven't even done poorly. I made $9,600 and change on Prograis, Ben by decision. That was the biggest bet I've ever made on one single fight. $3,200. It was like $3,100. It made me like 96 and change. And then I made pretty good change on Lorente by Chris money line. I know I should have took him by decision, but I took Lorente on the money line. So I made pretty good money. It's not even that I'm doing poorly, right? It's just I think boxing's in terrible shape right now. I think they give us garbage. I don't think they're going to grow the fan base at all. And I think they're only going to hemorrhage fans because of the price point. I'm paying $45 a month for DAZN. I'm paying $10 a month for Paramount. It's $55 a month to watch boxing. And this is the result. Why would anyone do that? I'm asking. I wanted your take. Like, why would anyone pay $55 a month? I get every NBA game for $16 a month. I get every MLB game for $12 a month.
Yeah.
Why am I paying $55 for this?
It's about the juice, baby.
You're just gonna lose fans. Like you're just like no one thinks this is good. I'm tired of pretending that this is good.
Well, this is just my personal belief on that topic is that I don't go into it like what I don't do is judge. I'm not trying to judge the sport. I'm not trying to judge matchmaking. I do have an opinion on it. I'm just trying to make money. You know what I'm saying?
Like, what brings us into this, why we're betting on boxing and not tennis, is because we're boxing fans. Fair enough?
Yeah,
all right, we love this sport.
Yeah.
The sports, like I said, I haven't even done poorly betting. I had my best week ever 2 weeks ago on Conor Benn and Regis Prograis.
Yeah.
Putting that aside, the sport itself, it's not in good shape. I've never seen it this bad before. I'm being honest.
Well,
I'm not trying to be a downer.
See, what you'd have to do then is first clarify and identify and state what is good shape. I never remember a time though where like last night in my Discord, it's a Thursday night and we got like 80 people in there watching a domestic clubber level card in Australia, and it's like the opportunity. I look at it as opportunity. Boxing's my favorite sport. It was my first love. It's always been my favorite sport. And I've never been, this is the first part of my life where like, since August, where I'm regimented every week. Where are the fights? So I've removed my emotional connection to the sport itself. And I look solely at the opportunity of where has Vegas fucked up at with the odds and how can I make money? So like, that's just, I've separated my connection with the sport itself. I kind of did that when I was 15 though, when I got stopped and had to stop boxing. So like I removed like my love of the sport with like, this is gonna sound effed up, with like you're saying, if we're in a bad spot, if we're in a good spot, I would kind of push back and say that from an opportunistic standpoint, being able to bet on fights as often as we're able to do, I've never seen it better. Like there's so many fights. Now the quality of fights is one thing we could debate, but that's not what I could. Sometimes it's kind of like a challenge, bro. It's like, all right, these fights are shit. Like right now, this upcoming weekend, let's see how good we are, because we have to be perfect, you and me. What we do is we only get credit if we're perfect with our bets, which is kind of crazy, right?
Listen, I cried for a week. Bro. Ben by decision, and everyone's like, "No, Prograis going to get knocked out in 3 rounds." Like, there's no chance Prograis getting knocked out. It's the safest bet in the history of the world, and it's paying plus 320.
Yeah,
yeah.
Like for that was a stadium fight. We got to watch. You know that was a stadium fight. Last night we're watching a card where they're selling tables, which is just the trajectory of fights. And you know we watched a live stream card. To you know, who knows tomorrow? One of the boys, shout out to Barry Unboxing in my Discord. I guess there's we're gonna be who knows what kind of cards we're gonna be watching. I literally look at it as kind of like a game, like how can I win this game? Where did Vegas get it wrong? I never, 5 days ago I've never heard of these guys, for instance. But 5 days fast forward, I've watched the tape that I could watch. I see where the odds are. And now I'm watching a card that if I didn't have action on, I wouldn't even be watching.
I never heard of Ben Mahoney, but I watched.
I'm friends.
Dan
I know
Hill.
Ben.
Dan Hill? What the hell is his name?
Dan Hill, the engine.
He was the worst fight I ever saw. So I was like, I don't know much about Maroney, but Maroney is sure going to win that fight. But
yeah, he won a decision. So to finish the point on how we have to be perfect. Last night going into the Aussie card, I said that you could safely play all the A sides. All the A sides will win, in which they all won, right? But the odds were so shit. From what we do is we have to get sexy and we have to be precise on how will these fights end. You know what I'm saying? So there was a fight that was a draw, Xavier Fletcher. So some books, the draw, if you did the money line, it voids, not mine. My Aussie parlay got scrapped. And then you have to pick knockouts or on points. And so that's where it just gets tricky. You know what I mean? And that's where the level of confidence.
I want to address that real quick. And then I want you to address Nathan real quick. A money line bet is a win or a loss. A draw is a prop bet. So I don't understand, like in the books that you guys have, where a draw the bet.
So I think what you're getting at is your book to where the draw is voided. Your initial odds are based on two-way betting. So the odds on your book will be shittier historically than my book. My odds will be better because that draw is factored into the face value odds. So now it's a three-way bet. So if you pick a winner or loser and it's a draw, you didn't pick the draw, you lose the ticket.
But a money line bet doesn't have it. This is my point of contention is that a money line bet doesn't have a draw. You're betting on the money line.
If it's a two-way option, if it's a two-way option,
that's my contention is that all money line bets, by definition, are two-way bets. A prop bet is something different.
Well, I would see sports bet. There's a few of them that they only offer us three-way money line betting, to where let's say so currently we'll say Jarrell Miller on the money line right now is when I last looked he was $1.77. Now I think your book he might be like $1.72 because you get lesser because the draw. The draw juices up the value, but it'll also ruin your ticket if it hits.
Right. So historically y'all get a little better odds. I just don't understand. Perhaps I don't understand what a money line bet is. Right, like a money line bet is a win or a loss. If it's neither a win or a loss, it's voided. Like that's a money line bet in any sport. Right. Yeah. So I don't I get that that's how it works. I just think that's definitionally wrong. I think a draw is a prop bet, right? So
Nathan is asking about last night.
Yeah, Nathan wants to give him a quick recap. Give him the
recap. The recap. All the A sides won. So the whole card there were 7 fights. And this is what we knew. This was a Tasman fighter card. So you have the biggest promotional company in Australia, No Limit, and then you have Wanderer Promotions, which are trying to make moves, and then you have Tasman Fighters, which is like Jaya Pataya, Justice Hooney, this promotional company, and all the A sides won, which you could kind of expect. There was one draw, and then Max McIntyre we hit on by knockout, so that was the one prop we hit, Max McIntyre, and then he stopped a guy, a 40-year-old Singh, Tej Singh, who had never been stopped before, tough as nails, kind of last minute stoppage, but he was getting beat pillar to post, so the corner stopped it. And then the co-main and the main, you had Ben Mahoney versus Dan the Engine Hill. I picked Mahoney by stoppage. Didn't happen for us, so that one got busted. He won a decision in a close fight, closer than it should have been. Mahoney was obviously the better puncher, the better boxer. You could tell, if I were Mahoney's camp, what he needs to work on is turning and then obviously circling out and not sitting on the ropes. Sometimes guys who are technical, they get a little bit, paralysis by analysis. They're waiting for the perfect shot. And you're fighting a guy like Dan Hill, doesn't move his head, not as gifted, not as talented. He makes up for it with that constant pressure. So you can tell Mahoney probably didn't spar a lot of guys who fought like that. He got the win. And then I took Mahoney by knockout. He was fighting a kid from Ulrichsville, Ohio, where I come from, Donovan, and never been out of a 6-round fight before, no amateur career. I think it was his 7th pro fight, and it was closer than I thought it should have been. What happened was you saw Donovan's lack of pedigree and lack of experience. He started to fade mid to late rounds. I still think Maloney should have stopped him. He was hurting him to the body, didn't stop him, won on points, and another prop that I missed. So all the A sides won. My money line long parlay is still active and still live, considering we took Max McIntyre, Maloney, and Mahoney on the money line leading into the weekend, but the props got dusted.
I got my lock of the week was Maloney, Mahoney, and Rojas on the money line. So that's all I need is Rojas, and that hits.
Rojas. Oh, Freitas Rojas.
Yeah.
Yeah, he I like him. 6'2" Southie. There's a prop bet I just smashed for the boys with Freitas, a prop bet, a method of victory. He's facing a guy never been stopped.
Yeah, and he fought Xander. And Xander can stop him. So
yeah.
And then
that should hit, man. I like that too. I have similar action. Not a lot out there this weekend though.
My long-term lock, I got a 5-leg parlay, which I love. It's Inoue money line, Benavidez money line, Catterall money line, Usyk money line, and Boots money line. Almost plus 200. So that's unaffected. That hasn't we haven't gotten to that yet. But all right, let's get into it. I do want to like the video, guys. Like, share, and subscribe. If you're here from my channel, subscribe and like Johnny's. And vice versa. If you're checking out Johnny's channel, check out 3D Boxing. It's greatly appreciated. Johnny touched on this. This week sucks. This is a crappy week of boxing, which is, I say, a reoccurring trend. I can't remember the last time we had a good week of boxing, although next week is pretty good. All right. Well, let's start with this, because I think this is the most entertaining fight of the weekend. Freitas Rojas is minus 360. Rojas by decision is minus 160. I like Rojas by decision. I think he dominates the fight. To me, I look at Sosa, and he beat Dominic Valle. I don't think Valle is any good either. That was a very close fight. It's like a drawish fight that went in Sosa's favor. Fine. But I don't rate Dominic Valle. So a draw with Dominic Valle doesn't move the needle for me at all. I like Rojas here. I think, like I said, I look at Sosa, I see a tough, rugged, durable guy, good gas tank, pretty good jab. Is this a guy that goes the distance, right? Like, if ever there's a guy that goes the distance, it's Damian Sosa. So I like Rojas by decision at minus 160. I know you kind of touched on it, but any thoughts on this?
Same. You know what I mean? Like, Sosa's going to know how to get rounds in. I mean, he lost every single round against Xander, but he was still there. And Freitas is a big dude. I think he's still developing. People think, his handlers think they got something with him. I'm getting like $1.67. So I think that's what is that minus 300? What you're getting on points?
I'm getting minus 160.
160. Yeah, I haven't posted that yet, but and even those odds aren't that great. I'm going to have to parlay that with something. So I've been looking at Freitas Rojas on points, and then also I was looking at if I could get props on one of the Alvarez boys, but I'm not getting props yet on Lazaro or Erislandy.
Yeah.
So There's just not a lot out there. Have you looked at the Constantina Nanga fight versus Dylan Collin?
I have not. I have not.
If the boys have that on their books, I'm contemplating taking Nanga on points and parlaying that with Freyas. It would be like it'd be like plus 143 if you take that double prop. That's what we're gonna have to do this week. We're gonna have to get very creative to find at least plus money tickets.
But like, this is my problem. The odds on these fights are ridiculous because the fights are no good. If the fights were good, the odds would be closer. If
I like
competitive fights, the odds would be closer. We get such horrible odds because none of these fights are close. And I said this about Benavidez and Zona Ramirez. That's not a good fight. We already know who's going to win.
You don't think Benavidez? You don't think Benavidez is going to have to answer any questions moving up to cruiser?
No, I think Zona Ramirez is so hittable and so easy to hit that he's not going to get knocked out because he's tough as hell. But
yeah, so you like the distance?
I do. I like the distance. I like Benavidez by decision for sure.
What's that paying? I'm gonna pull it up real quick.
Yeah.
When's that go down? That goes down.
That's May 2nd. Yeah.
Hell yeah. So you got both Inoue boys. You got Kona Walker, Sam Edgington, Resendiz Mugia, which is a world title fight.
Benavidez by decision is minus 140. It's
not bad. It's not bad. Not bad at all. 78% return I'm getting. Benny on points. Yeah, at least there's going to be, next week we're going to have, the judgment in our sport, the longer you're in the sport, we're going to be able to judge any fight, right? And have our own opinions, whether they're positive or negative. But at least next week, we're talking about world level guys, world level matchmaking. It might not be the proper matchmaking we like, but you know what I'm saying? Like going into, this weekend is pretty wild.
The only guy I was looking forward to seeing fight this weekend was
Stamake.
Yeah. It's the only guy I was looking forward to seeing. And that fight the whole card got canceled because Akoli is I don't know why this surprised people. 2 years ago, he was a 200-pound cruiserweight. Now he weighs 270 pounds. We're surprised he's on something? Really? Like, what 35-year-old gained 70 pounds in 2 years? Like, who does that?
Yeah, I don't mind the Denmark has a guy. I mean, Denmark's not obviously known for boxing.
Jacob Bank, when he's fighting, he's fighting his cab driver.
So knockout. So you play. So what I'm thinking is we get sexy. We take the Jacob Bank knockout prop. You mix that with probably Freyas by decision or Konstantin Ngannou by knockout. Like that's what we're gonna have to do. But that's what we do week in and week out. And yeah, we just got to play.
Why can't we just get competitive fights that have decent lines on? Why can't we get
I think that's the matchmaking.
Yeah, it's the matchmaking.
No, I think that's the match. I think that's the matchmaker in you. Like what like from this perspective though, that's out of our control. So like, why even, we can't control who's fighting. We can only control if the odds are wrong. You know what I mean? And then see what our eyes tell us to then put money on it. But yeah, it's been I don't know. It makes some of these low shitty cards fun though. I think. Like,
when you gotta parlay 7 fights to get to minus 150, it's frustrating. That's all I'm saying.
Bro,
that's all.
I remember like 2 months ago, Pete Dobson was fighting in Lahore, Pakistan, and we're watching a card in Pakistan in my Discord. I just started laughing to myself. I was like, we are wild. This is insane. I think Casemiro might have been.
It's Pete. Who is Pete Dobson? He's fighting Kelvin Davis, right?
Oh, he's fighting again. Yeah, Pete Dobson, fireman.
So we already know. Okay, so Kelvin Davis versus Peter Dobson. We already know how this goes. It is boring. It is horrible to watch. Peter Dobson wins 8 of the 10 rounds, and Kelvin Davis gets a split decision because it's in Norfolk, Virginia. We already know how it goes. Kelvin Davis by travesty is already in the cards. No one gets hurt. There's no violence in the fight.
Then Kelvin on points.
Fight between two. Take him on points. But like, why is it like? Why are we relegated to this? Like we already know Kelvin Davis versus Peter Dobson is 0 out of 10 on the entertainment scale. It's a 0 out of 10 in the significance of boxing scale, and I'm paying $50 a month for that. Why? And we already know Kelvin Davis wins by travesty. We already know.
But here's what we could do to deduce the argument. Then you made $9,000 2 weeks ago on the Conor Benn on points. So $50 a month or $50
there's
a month.
There's always a bull market somewhere.
That's only
I'm
that's
smarter
only
than
600.
the average bear, Johnny. That's why.
That's what. But what I'm saying though is, we could just remove the argument of why are you paying X amount if you're not getting matchmaking. You just made 9,000. That's why you're paying it. And then $50 a month is only $600. Like, $600 a year. So. Yeah, so
but it's what I want. Good, I want entertain. I like what Zuffa offers. Like, they don't give you the best names, but they give you the best fights. Pro Box does the same thing. My biggest beef really is with the Zone. They're charging me $45. I have the Zone Premium. They're paying me $45 a month. The last 3 weeks, the best fight they've given me is Cristobal Lorente versus Nathaniel Collins. That's the best fight they've given me, and the winner of that fight gets shoe shined by Shushu. He gets demolished, gets dog walked by Shushu. That's the best fight they've given me in 3 weeks, and I'm paying $45 a month for that. It's enough. It's enough. Like, you're spitting it in my face, and I made money on that fight.
At least you get to watch Perro versus Miller this week.
Yeah, I get to watch Perro versus Miller. That's what I want. They put up my Discord that he weighed 400 pounds. I'm on Google, like, Jarrell Miller weigh-in. I'm trying to find it on the Zone. Like, the weigh-in's tomorrow. They're messing with you.
They're doing the press. They're doing the press conference now.
They said he weighed 400 pounds. He
looks good. No, Miller looks good.
I didn't know that there was a weight limit in the New York City Golden Gloves until Jarrell Miller couldn't fight in the New York City Golden Gloves because he was too big. Apparently, it's like 280. Like, you can't be in the New York City Golden Gloves if you're above 280 or something like that. So he was too big to fight as a heavyweight. I didn't know there was a limit.
It's a big boy, man.
Yeah,
but so I think you can't catch yourself gatekeeping the quality if we're breaking down fights to make money off of the fights. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't do, like, just remove that. Just but
I'm talking as a fan, and I'll show you how to make money. I gave you a parlay that's going to hit this week, right? I'm Rojas away from hitting my parlay. I'm talking as a fan of boxing, right? Because people don't bet on boxing if they're not fans of boxing. So
yeah, but you got to realize who we're speaking to. The boys are here because they want to, like, they're not here for us to criticize the matchmaking. They're here for us to talk about, like, what time it is, where are the odds wrong at. Let's get this money. We could do content. We could do content and talk shit about Frank Warren and Queensberry. But that, like, why would we do that? You know what I mean? Like, people are already doing that. You know what I mean? Like, not many of us are doing what we do. There aren't many of us who have odds on the screen right now talking about Jacob Bank. Like, I think that's
because he's minus 3,000. Like, what's the point? Why am I laying $3,000 to win? Yes, is he gonna win? Yes, Jacob Bank's gonna win. But why am I laying $3,000 to win $100?
I mean, replace Jacob Bank with, Usyk or Tyson Fury. Not many people are doing what we're doing, breaking fights down with the odds on the screen, with people listening to us, waiting for us to be precise on where to make money. It's not like they're watching me to criticize the matchmaking or what, you know what I'm saying? So yeah. That's kind of how I look at it. And that's what makes it fun. Like, if I was criticizing the matchmaking last night, I would have pulled my hair out. Like, people should have gone to prison last night for some of the matchmaking in Australia, for sure. Some of that was out of line, dude. You got a dude making his debut. He was a storied amateur. He goes by he's a 19-year-old kid. He fought a 45-year-old dude, and the 45-year-old, the boys in the Discord were like, he gets stretchered out, and he had to turn his Uber on as he's leaving the arena, as he's leaving the fight hall. So, but we want money. You know what I mean? Like,
I just want better for my sport. That's all.
Okay, that's I agree. That's good. But I mean, what do you get out of that?
I get more boxing fans, which is more eyes, which is more subscribers, which is more money.
Okay. I mean, long term.
Yeah. To me, that's the biggest problem with boxing is everything they do is so short-sighted and so nearsighted. Like, they can't see anything more than 6 feet down the road, right? Like, yeah. and what they're doing, what the Zone is doing, is a crime in Italy. My aunt, my nonna told me, like, if you do this in Sicily, you go to jail for 6 months. You can't do this. Like, they're charging you $45 a month for that. That's theft. That is theft.
Yeah, but and also in Italy, you got the boys going door to door to all the little cafes, getting a little piece every month. Where's my cut? Where's my cut? Especially in Sicily. Come on, you guys started the Cosa Nostra.
That's the stopping ground. That's the motherland.
Yeah, that's the mecca of that. You know what I mean? So there's always two sides. I mean, look, if I at this stage of the game, we're both old enough to know that like letting external sort of things that are out of our control are just going to make us miserable. What's in our control? Picking winners. That's all we got.
And we seem to be able to do that. So
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. There's not many of us, dude. There aren't many Garys and Johnnies out there who are doing this. I don't know on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Like that. That's why we just got to work with what we have. You know what I mean? Like, what's our shiny toy this week? Our shiny toy is Pero versus Miller. All right, let's make it work. Let's see if we can get this. But yeah, I know what you're saying, bro. How often are we gonna see big fights? I mean, is the talent worldwide even that deep to put on massive cards with 12 fights on each card every weekend? You know, are we giving these athletes, these modern fighters, too much credit into thinking that every boxer's developed? Is the coaching really that good? I think it's a deeper sort of. It could go into a deeper conversation.
Let's get into that Miller and Pero fight, right? We've mentioned it, we've danced around it. I like Miller by points. I just think Pero doesn't throw enough. Miller is tough as hell. He's huge as hell. I think if you said, Gary, who lands the 20 best punches in the fight or the 10 best punches in the fight? Probably Pero. But he just doesn't throw enough to win. He's not going to knock him out because, I mean, Miller, it's like knocking out a grizzly bear. It's like, good luck with that. So I think Miller just wins on volume. I think he wins on volume. I think Pero gasses a little bit in the second half of fights. I think he gasses later in fights. I think Miller wins a decision here. So that's how I think he just wins on volume. Like Pero doesn't do anything. Miller works the jab. He leans on him, breaks him down, slows him down, and then kind of tees off on him the second half of the fight and then wins a decision. What are your thoughts?
I'm aligned with you with the outcome. When I'm doing Pero's tape, I always want to say Liam Pero too. Lenier.
I call him Liam Pero 5 times. My break.
I know. Like how is there a 6'4" Cuban heavyweight southpaw named Lenier Pero? It's too close. But so when I do his tape, man, and I'm looking at his resume and I'm watching who he's fighting, I'm watching how he's fighting. At this stage of the game, especially over the last 2 years, I've totally disregarded the whole narrative of he's a Cuban Olympian. He has an amateur. Well, guess what, guys? We've seen this story before in the pros recently, and those Cuban Olympians aren't always the goods. That product isn't the one that everybody thinks it is all the time.
Shots at Andy Cruz. That's what you just did right there. Shots at Andy Cruz.
Well, awesome, yeah. You know, or better yet, tip the hat to Raymond Morataya. You know, for bringing that dog in that fight. It was a close fight, but he's not the only Cuban Olympian who lost recently. You know what I mean? So who was the kid? Was it Yannis Tejas?
Yannis Tejas, yeah.
Yeah. Against was it the Basparel fight?
That he lost?
Yeah.
Hang on.
I always get me. You know what fight I'm talking about? Where he gets dropped in the 10th, he faded, and you know he ruined a lot of parlays that night. So
Tellez lost to Barrow, the guy that just fought.
Basparel.
And then what was
So my point though was watching the tape. I don't like his lack of volume. I don't trust him. I don't see the professional pedigree. I don't see any great wins. I don't see any viral moments. Now, Jarrell Miller, on the other hand, this guy, 37. I like where I'm really leaning on, other than the volume and output of Miller winning rounds and scoring more points, is the fact that, and this is what I've noticed, he just fought, right? Did he look great in his last fight? No. Did he win his last fight? Yes. Was it close? Yes. Was it a weird performance? Yes. His hair fell off, right? But he stayed in camp since then. We're getting to see a Jarrell Miller in back-to-back fights within 12 weeks. You know, what's crazy. The best thing about an aging fighter? Stay active. Stay active. What does that tell you? He didn't go to South Beach, Miami for this camp. He didn't go to Orange County, California. He went to Philly. And I talked about this on my live stream. No offense to the Philadelphians out there. I'm from Youngstown. No one wants to go to Youngstown nobody wants to go to Cleveland for a pro sport. No one wants to go. If you're going to Philly as a 37-year-old who's been a lifelong combat athlete, this guy was a star in K1. I remember watching him in Glory Kickboxing, Jarrell Miller against Pat Brown in 2007. So I've known about Jerome Miller for a long time. For him to want to go to Boise, want to go to Philly and do this camp there, that tells me a lot about his intentions with this fight. I expect I expect a decent big baby.
I do like this. Ron, who was taking shots at you, perhaps you'll sign off on this. Rojas by decision, Miller fight to go the distance. I like it.
What do you mean he was taking shots at me?
Well, I'll pull.
I don't see the comments.
I will read it for you. This guy Johnny is terrible at predictions, but makes sense for you to take his followers. Johnny is so terrible. He predicted Misael would lose his Zuffa debut. It should be noted that Misael Olympian and a -600 favorite.
Yeah. So that Misael. Go on.
Go ahead. Well, let's get to his two-piece parlay here. Rojas by decision.
It seems like Ron likes me. He got a crush on me.
Maybe you're a good-looking guy. You're a handsome guy. Maybe. He
does.
Oh,
thanks, Ron Self-Help. And if you take all my followers, that'll actually help both of us. Because if you're
subscribe to more than one channel, yeah, it's not either.
Yeah, as you grow, we all grow. So like Ron Self-Help, if you're into self-help, you need to understand the law of abundance and not the law of scarcity.
What's the saying? A rising tide lifts all ships.
Yeah,
yeah.
I appreciate the feedback, mate. I do want to make the point that Michelle, that fight, the kid from Texas fought the kid from Tennessee, right? He fought Banda or Tyson Danda, or he was like a minus, and that was, I said this in my live stream. That's also the same card I picked J-Rod at +400, bro. So you got to finish the narrative. When all you guys picked Sugarcane, I picked J-Rod. But I picked the dog because my boy Tommy Ranone was in my ear saying, and I told my stream, I was like, look, if this hits, give all the credit to Tommy. If it doesn't hit, it's on me. So Freddie, Ron Self-Help, that's on me, bro. So Rojas by decision, Miller.
Yeah,
I do.
We like this? I like this too.
I have similar action.
All right, let's get to the rest of the action this week. There's really not much to get into. I'll just run it down. The Alvarez brothers are -2,000, and Arislande Alvarez is -1,000. Perhaps you can use Alvarez as a parlay piece. Jacob Bank, we talked a little bit. He's -3,000 on my book. You got to bet 3 G's.
I'm taking him by knockout. I got him at like $1.42 by knockout, and I'm parlaying him with probably Rojas by decision.
I got him at knockout at -330. So about you guys would call that about $1.30.
Yeah, and generally it's like, how are you going to play a knockout prop and there's so much chalk? Well, it's all we got. You know, sometimes you got to bend the rules if you're trying to make plus money bets.
And I got the over 7.5 here. You like the over or no?
On Rojas?
Yeah. Oh no, on Bank. Over 7.5.
You know what he does kind of like groove into a fight. He's aggressive. He stopped Skull in the last round. Skull was getting beat pillar to post. I think it's risk playing that. I think it's worth playing that over. I can see like tough
because these Africans are tough as hell. Like they're nothing else. They are tough as hell. I don't mind that. I do think he stops him. I just don't know what round. 7.5. That's a rough bet. This is a no bet from me. I'll be honest.
Okay.
Yeah. So the guy he's fighting has never been knocked out. He's got 1 loss. He's got 18 knockouts and 20 wins.
You talking about Jacob Banks' opponent?
Yeah.
Paulinus Jolanimu?
I guess, yeah. That sounds like, I guess
we've been watching him his whole career. What are you talking about?
I remember watching him fight.
Yeah, dude. Let's go. Paulinus Jolanimu.
Alan Chavez and Miguel Madueno. A lot of people are asking me about this. Madueno sucks. But this is what I'm saying, though. Madueno sucked 5 years ago.
That's insane. Who's he fighting? Yeah, I think I definitely have Chavez.
Chavez, if Madueno comes to fight, if he really comes to win, he can make it tough. He can make it ugly. He can make Chavez really, sing for his supper. But
this might be our prop.
Chavez is going to win.
Well, check out the odds for either points or stoppage. We're actually getting close to plus money on both sides.
Chavez by but it depends on Madueno. Is Madueno fighting for a paycheck?
Well, we got to do
to win.
We got to check that Instagram. We got to see what he's been up to. I did a live stream with Breaking Bad yesterday, breaking down the UFC card. And he said that the minute he sees fighters on Instagram with their wife or talking about God, he was like, I don't bet on him. I go, what are you talking about? He's like, the minute I see a fighter in love, I'm out. He was like, I'm not betting.
That's fair. So, that's fair.
Yes. So
the God thing, I'm going to go the opposite, Bobby. When you guys talking about God, he's not going to be in the club. He's not going to be in a strip club. He's not going to be out drinking until 6 a.m.
That's what I said.
In the gym, yeah.
Devoted. He's get like think about all like the Dagestan revolution in MMA. All those guys are devout Muslims. You know, they don't party. They don't.
God, yeah, they don't.
Yeah, they don't party. They don't drink. Yeah, it's all about the craft. So there's two sides to that coin. Maybe if one of the boys could check Miguel Madueno's gram right now, see what he's been posting.
I do think there's something to what Mickey said. Women weaken knees. I do think that. I'm not saying it's even a bad thing, but when you're amongst your boys, you're pushing each other to do your best, right? Iron sharpens iron. When you're with your chick, you get a little lazy. You're laying in bed.
You buy a puppy. You're out here. You're out here getting puppies. Yeah, I get it.
Women soften men. Men sharpen men. Women soften men. I'm not even saying it's a bad thing. It's just evidently true, right? Like, this is why you don't bring your chick in camp, because you're gonna get lazy. So you're gonna wear off. You're gonna sit on the couch and binge watch Netflix and eat bad food. And
I mean, the footage of Marvin Hagler in training camp isn't him with his girl.
It's not him with his girl. Yeah,
it's him in the snow screaming,
work boots.
War. This cat, dude, that's the shit. You want to get hype? You want a little intensify your game? Watch some Marvin Hagler training, dude. That dude was an animal.
Madueno is a hard hitter. I remember he hurting Duarte. I say his name wrong.
Duarte. I bet you some of the boys would take. Ask the boys if Madueno's live at plus 620.
You guys can feel free to bet on him. He's not good at boxing. Like I just don't like he.
Yeah, he's plus 625 against. What's Alan Chavez's best win? What's Abel's best win? Because if anything, this fight really wasn't on my radar, but it worked. Like, is Chavez trending? What's his best win? At least Madueno, he's been in there with the better guys, but he's never won those fights.
Chavez is an unbeaten prospect who's not exactly setting the world on fire. Is he a puncher? He's never fought outside of the U.S. I mean, he's never fought outside of Argentina. He's never fought in the U.S. So I don't have anything on him.
I mean,
right? He's got 18 knockouts and his 21 wins, and he's knocked out a bunch of Argentinian guys, so he could probably hit. But I can't vouch for that. I don't know. He's got a win over Freddie Fonseca, who we've seen before, an Argentinian fighter. Knocked him out in 4 rounds. I suppose he can hit a little bit.
Are any of the boys on Madueno? Like, is anybody? No. Everyone in my chat all week's been talking Miller and Pero, and I know it's torn. I know half the Discord is going for Pero, the other half is Miller. It's all we got. No one's really talking about the Madueno fight.
Because no one really knows his opponent. His opponent has never fought out of Argentina. We're not super familiar with him. Bank over a good bet. I'm not. I think my guess is it goes over, but not much over. I wouldn't touch it. Like, it's a no bet for me. It's a no go for me. Just betting the over under on that fight's a no go for me. I'd say probably 8, and it's over 7.5. Like,
Tommy is in Italy right now, and you wouldn't think we talk every day. And he was talking about the Jacob Bank fight, and his book is given. I think it's a 12-rounder. Tommy's in love with the 7-12 stoppage. My book doesn't give I don't have the option of picking that range, so I just have Jacob Bank by knockout. So yeah, but it's like it depends on your bankroll too. I know guys, if you're betting, I know some heavy hitters who are probably staying away this week. And, if you're an entertainment bettor, you're getting action on all these fights. So it just depends on, what you're trying to do with your money, how much you're betting on. Do you want to bet $10,000 on Bank by knockout? I don't know. It's up to you. What's your bankroll like, So that matters.
It's not that good of a bet. Like, it's not that good of a bet. Bank by knockout, what was it, minus 160? It's not that good of a bet. Like, it's
no, but you have to parlay it. You take
now,
that.
Yeah, so now I
Freddie,
need that to hit
take
and something else.
Freddie on points.
Yeah.
Freddie on points. You're a plus money at least against a guy who's never been stopped.
Yeah, you can do it. I just think there are better bets to be made. You guys know I don't like cowboy bets for a gambler.
Would you say that's a cowboy bet?
Tight.
Would you say that double bank by knockout and Freddie by points at plus 140?
It's the methodology.
It's tough. It's tough because I got cooked last night. All the money line bets hit, but the 2 of the 3 method of victories didn't, and I wasn't perfect, so I got cooked.
We got we got fake Cash Out King in the chat. Does fake Cash Out King ever? Yeah, does he ever come to your lives?
No,
some guy with muscles as his profile picture.
No, but Cash Out King is in our Discord.
I know, but this is fake Cash Out King.
What? Happy birthday, Ashley Hopper. Leave Kelvin Bundy. He cheated on. Why is it Muscles' face?
I don't know, bro.
Chad is undefeated, boy. I got trolled last night in my live stream with Nick about. Do you guys what is goat milk? Do you know what this is? We were getting like 30 people spammed my live. It went from like 30 to 60, and a whole group of people came in, and they were all saying, "Has that ever happened to you?"
No, but make sure to subscribe. Make sure to hit that subscribe.
Hit that guys, like this video, man. What are we doing out here?
Like this video, y'all.
My birthday's in 2 days. So happy birthday to fake Cash Out King and Ashley Hopper.
You want to look ahead a little bit? We got the Sky Nicholson fight first.
Let's do it.
Again, terrible odds. Nicholson minus 1,200. I like taking Nicholson on decision. I don't have a line on that. But what do we know? What do we know about the Nicholson card? What else is on that?
She's fighting Mariah Turner, isn't she? Is she fighting Mariah? I'm gonna pull it up on my end. So Sky is fighting Mariah Turner. Yeah, big favorite here. Should go the distance. Props aren't out yet. Props are out. Points $1.28. I mean, it's all we got. Jake Wiley. I'd like to give Jake Wiley an IQ test. I said that yesterday on my live stream. He's no shade to Jake. Jake's a good boy. Jake Wiley against Miles. That should be a decent fight for him on points. Miles Zalewski. Terramona. Nobody will fight him, man. I talked to Chilltown today in the Discord, and he was, common sentiment is like they keep giving Terramona cab drivers. But I told him, I was like, the rumor in the street down here is nobody will fight him. Contenders won't fight him. Prospects won't fight him. And for a guy who's an Olympian who's 9-0, 9 knockouts, who just starches everybody, 6'7" with hand speed and good feet and power in both hands, he's a nightmare to deal with. And the only people he's getting are guys who probably drove to the arena in their car and then have to turn the meter on when they leave.
All right, I want to get what else? Anything else? Anything we need to know about that card? Anything that's a must bet on that card?
I mean, Terramona by knockout, the odds will be terrible. Sky on points, the odds will be terrible. Jake Wiley, if props drop on. Oh, Ben Hussein, Andrew Hunt is a sneaky good fight. Andrew Hunt, as a kid, his last fight 4 months ago, he came in as a 3-1 dog against Mounir Fatih. And Mounir Fatih was coming off a career sort of defining knockout win. And Andrew Hunt is a Kiwi, good amateur, was off for a few years and just came back and reminded everybody who he is. The kid is a really good, I guess, contender now in the New Zealand Aussie domestic scene. He's $1.40 right now. Ben Hussein's a kid who could punch, puts his hand up to fight everybody, has had some losses, has had some wins. So if you're, I might dog hunt here. I like Ben Hussein's recent form. I like his pedigree. So keep an eye on that fight. If I do take Ben at plus 240, you guys will know. I'll let you know. But that would be the fight on that card. Because we get a lot of dog hunters out here.
Let's move to May 2nd, the big day of boxing. We'll start with the big one and work backwards. Nakatani and Inoue. I don't think minus 400 is even big enough, honestly. I think Inoue is a steal at minus 400. I think it's a value play at minus 400. I'm not going to touch the methodology, although I do like Inoue by decision. Inoue by decision is paying plus 180. I kind of like it. What are your thoughts on Nakatani and Inoue?
Well, it's wild to see how fickle the boxing fandom is, how the sport of boxing is. One fight that Nakatani has tough. His first fight, he goes from 18 to 22, and he's in there tough. and he wins a close decision. I mean, I think 2 of the scorecards were 115 to 113.
It was a close fight. People thought he lost. I wasn't one of them, but a lot of people thought he lost.
Yeah, damage on the face, and all of a sudden now he was never that good. You know what I'm saying? Now all of a sudden now Nakatani's not that good. It's like, bro, we need to chill out. But this is his second.
We're putting him in with Inoue. Do you know how good you have to beat Inoue?
In something that one of the boys, shout out to the Discord, I think it's Barry Unboxing, he brought up, is that sort of swelling too, that sort of bone swelling here. And I don't know if Nakatani is going to have the sort of determination to keep Inoue off of him. I like Inoue there, and I like the stoppage.
Oh, you like the stoppage? I'm like,
I do.
The decision. Okay,
I do. It's not official yet, but when I put into consideration where this fight is, Tokyo, this is the Japanese Super Bowl. You have the spirit of the samurai. You know how brave these guys fight. You think Nakatani's going to take a step back? You know, maybe he gets hurt to the body, punches with the puncher, or Inoue could get stopped. You know, I like Inoue's sort of determination in the pocket. It's hard for me to get past that. It's hard for me to, seeing how he handled getting dropped against Neri and what happened, seeing how he handled against getting dropped against Cardenas and what happened. And, but he went the distance with MJ. Yeah, MJ fought to go the distance. MJ didn't want to punch with him. Nakatani is going to want to punch with him. I would be shocked if Nakatani was on his bike the whole fight.
He won't be.
No way, dude.
Yeah.
And so now we got to think about this kid. He's only fought once at 122.
You know what? You're selling me a little bit. You're selling me.
It's not a big jump. It's not. I'm not trying to sell anybody. I'm just being honest. And the boys who follow me know.
You're convincing me here that this might be a knockout, right? Because
only because
it's going to be a firefight, right? And
yes,
if you get into a firefight with Inoue, like Ramon Cardenas did, someone's going out that night, right?
And Cardenas and Ramon is a dog, dude. Ramon, he proves it to me with how he bounced back from that. What he just looked like on that Pro Box feature, that kid could punch, man. And so, does Nakatani? He will land his punches. He'll get his licks in. Does Juto have that one punch sort of fight changing power? We thought Luis Neri did, but he did. You know, Neri and Ramon Cardenas is a bigger puncher than Juto. Mm-hmm. Don't you think? Would you say?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So and then did Inoue get old overnight from all the wars? I don't think so, man. Like
he hasn't had that many wars. He hasn't really. Yeah.
People, some people will say one punch could change the trajectory of a career. He has been dropped, never been stopped, never really even been, in my opinion, in danger, even though we've seen him hurt and dropped. But his recovery is something to talk about. Being able to just boom, and that kid is special, man. I think enjoy him while he's here. And I think Junto's special. But I just don't think that Junto Nakatani's game is good enough to beat Inoue's game.
All right. There's
another good fight. There's another good fight no one's talking about.
I want to.
Oh, yeah, go on.
Yeah, I want to get to a fight. I love the odds on this. Takuma Inoue, minus 210 against Ioka. I love Inoue on this. I've always thought Inoue's a little under the radar. I think he's got masterful skills. I love Inoue here at minus 210. I like if you can get him by decision. I don't think I have props on it. I do not. But Inoue by decision, I like a lot.
I'm torn on that fight. I'm torn on that fight, especially how we saw Inoue handle Nasukawa, and we just saw what Nasukawa looked like in his last fight against El Gallo. Tension looks like a freaking handful, mate. You know, and Ioka, it's a tough one. I don't have an official prediction on that one yet. That's going to be a fun fight to break down, the tape to watch. A lot of these Japanese guys, their tape is fun to watch.
It is. Then the Tanaka, Sora Tanaka, and Jin Sasaki. I like it's not a major upset, but I like Sasaki in this. What are your thoughts?
Dude, Tanaka has 6 pro fights, man. Like, how does this happen?
Yeah.
I got to send some messages out to some of the boys I know out in, Japan. I know a couple Westerners who train out there. And how does Jin Sasaki is a guy, going into the Brian Norman Jr. fight, his only loss was to Andy Hiroka. And, he's had a fight since then. And he's the underdog here with almost 30 pro fights, right? Isn't Sasaki, 25-2?
Yeah.
Something like against the guy with six pro. What are we missing here? Oh,
I don't know. Like, yeah, I like Sasaki here for the upset. It's not a major. It's plus 110, but it is plus
it's still
money.
plus money.
Yeah,
it's still plus money, and he's definitely been in there with the bigger, the better guys. Right now on surface, I like Sasaki as well.
Guys, I would look at that now and look to lock that in because I do think the line on that's going to move. I don't think we're going to walk into the ring with Sasaki being plus money. I'm just saying.
I agree with you. I'm shocked that I haven't even got that far yet in my film. I didn't even know that he was a dog here.
The other fight on the card, Shogo Tanaka, and he's fighting someone I'm not super familiar with in Kosuke Tomiaka. The name looks familiar. I'm sure I've seen him before, but it's not ringing a bell to me. Any thoughts on that?
I can't sit here and tell you I have a thought on that yet, man. I need.
Yeah.
Tomioka versus. Yeah, I don't have. We know those guys.
I know the name. I can't think
Shinji.
of. Like, I know I've seen him before. I know that name. I just can't think of him.
Yeah, no comment yet. I plead the fifth.
I'm with you on that. Shannon Ryan, Nicola Hopewell. I think that's an excellent Ryan by decision bet right there.
Shannon Ryan. Okay, now I'm getting these odds now. Shannon Ryan versus Hopewell. Ryan. So not this, guys. This isn't Sandy Ryan. This is Shannon Ryan.
Shannon Ryan. Yeah,
I know some of the boys. Last time Shannon Ryan fought,
Shannon Ryan and Sandy Ryan, no relation.
They were like, "Oh, I didn't know this was her." I was like, "Oh, I have failed. We have failed as your leader." Shannon Ryan should get this done on points.
Yeah, I agree. Another Fawaz and Kelly. A lot of people are intrigued by this. I was surprised that Fawaz was a minus 390 favorite. I thought the odds would be a lot closer.
Yeah.
To me, this is a no bet. I do think Fawaz is going to win, but I'm not laying $400 on Fawaz to win here. I do think he wins though.
Yeah, the boys and I over the last 12 months, man, we've been riding the Belal Fawaz train. We got him the second Junaid Lawson fight at plus 340. That was the infamous. The Belal Fawaz Junaid boxing 2 was the infamous, would cause a bunch of controversy.
Ticket gate.
Yeah, it was
we'll
Ticket
just leave
Gate.
it at that. We don't need to.
Yeah, that's all. I wasn't even going to
say
it. I wasn't even going to name it. The boys will know what I'm talking about. And then we hit him on there. And then the Ishmael Davis fight at plus 240, we hit him on there. And who would have thought at 37 years old we could say a guy is fresh at 37? But he is the freshest 37-year-old you will see in boxing. If you know his story, you would know why. I'm not going to get into it here. You can do your own research. But we're now getting Belal as a favorite and against Ryan Kelly.
A massive favorite.
Wow.
I do think Fawaz wins, but I hate Fawaz. I think he looks like a rock'em sock'em robot. I can't stand
Belal
watching
Fawaz's style?
But yeah.
It's like Belal Fawaz is like a mix of a guy who's athletic, he's big, he's durable. He kind of is like in between a couple different styles, if you ask me. I feel like the version though against Ishmael Davis is the best version we've seen, and who knows? He beats Ryan Kelly. He might fight for a world title. People are talking about him versus Josh Kelly. Who would have thought? Who would have thought 2 years ago?
Yeah, no,
like
that's true.
That in my opinion is a microcosm of what makes our sport the best sport in the world. Like that is insane that people in the UK are talking about that. Joe Stunner Boxing brought that up. Shout out. If you guys aren't following Joe Stunner, give him a follow.
Kieran, so we both like Fawaz in that one. I just don't like the price on it. I don't. I'm not going to be touching that fight.
It might get closer. It might get closer.
If it gets closer, I'll look at it. But if it gets like minus 250, I'll look at it. But minus 390 is just, I don't like the price on it. Conway and Jeffers. You guys know I get
that fight's off. That fight's off.
God dang it.
Yeah. That fight got canceled.
God dang.
Yeah.
I want a Conway here. Conway
one of the boys,
my guy. I love Conway.
Dude, Conway screwed us. Conway shit the bed against George Littard. He got hurt, but he got beat pillar to post in that fight.
Conway's my guy. Conway is my guy.
He won me money in the past. The fight before the George Littard fight. And then, I hyped him up, and I thought that his experience and the pedigree would get him past the 22-year-old. And Littard just showed up that night and just beat him up. I think Conway ended up having to get stopped because he had like a torn elbow or something. But he got stopped.
When he fought on the Canelo Billy Joe card at Cowboy Stadium, it was
that's a throwback.
It was right after COVID.
That's a throwback.
Right after COVID, and I wanted to. I've always liked him. I thought he's really skillful. Like I thought he's a good fighter. Yeah. So I want to interview him. I talked to him, and we're talking, and he's asking me where I'm from. Like I live 15 minutes from here. So he's asking me, like he points, like where the Texas Rangers play, Globe Life Park is right across the street from Cowboy Stadium. So he points to it. He goes, "What's that?" I said, "That's where the Rangers go play." He's like, that's baseball? I was like, yeah, it's baseball. He's like, do they have a game tonight? I'm like, yeah, they do have a game tonight there. He's like, I'm going to go. We're like, everyone's got bands on. They don't really want you leaving the premise. I'm like, you can get tickets to the game. I don't think they want you in a baseball stadium with 50,000 people in it during COVID.
Oh,
he's like, I'm going to go.
Oh, he was supposed to fight?
He did fight. He fought on the Canelo card. That was in May in 2021. So he goes to the game, whatever. The next day, I'm walking into the arena, right? And I'm with Chris Algieri. I'm talking to Chris Algieri. We right past Kieran Conway walks by. He's wearing a Texas Ranger hat. He goes, Gary, I told you I was going to the game. So they're trying to keep everyone in the hotel room to not get COVID. He's at the Texas Rangers game with 50,000 people. Like, that's my
savage.
guy.
He's a savage. These guys are blood sport athletes, mate.
When you guys say I don't like British fighters, there are a few British fighters I like. Kieran Conway is one of them.
Yeah. He's won me money in the past, lost me money. Look, these are the boys are all horses. Do you know anything about horse racing?
Not really. Not really. A little bit.
That's what we're doing. We're into horses basically. So horses won me money, horses lost me money. He got outmatched against Litter. He couldn't handle Litter's pressure and his power. But and then Litter didn't look that great in his last fight.
Connor Walker and Sam Eggington. It's a fun fight, but okay. We got a dog here. I think it's a fun fight, but I think Eggington has.
No, I know Sam. So when Sam came down, so it would have been 21 or 22, and who's the kid? The Irish kid, Daryl Foley. It was right after the MTK, the issues with MTK Global, and all the Irish kids came to Sydney. All the boxers, and Daryl Foley was one of them. And then there was another kid who who's the kid who fought against Inoue and hurt his back? He got stopped in the 7th. Former world champion.
A British guy. What was I liked him too. Hang
Irish.
On, let me look at it.
Irish.
Whatever. He's from that part of the globe.
So TJ Doheny. So TJ.
No. That wasn't the guy who hurt his back. The guy that hurt his back, Paul Butler.
Paul Butler. The TJ Doheny hurt his back against Inoue. And so anyway.
No. Wait, was it Doheny that hurt his back? Mm-hmm. No.
Yeah,
was it?
In the ninth round? It was either the 7th or the 9th. But anyway, so TJ was headlining a card in Sydney. Sam was on that card, and Sam was at the time an IBO champ. He was the IBO champ, and he was doing the last week. They always do the last week at Bondi Boxing, where I was, managing a couple fighters. And I was shocked. Like, I'm a little bit above 5'11 and a half, but I tell people I'm 5'11. I could not believe how tall and long he was. He was taller than me. And I'm like, damn, this dude is long and rangy, super unique style. Only started boxing as a 19-year-old. And I'm watching him warm up and get loose. I was like, this dude is crispier than I thought he was. He was a little bit tighter than and he's a dog. And Conor Walker, Sam's going to be the taller dude, the longer dude. What are the odds right now?
It's wide. It's minus 380 for Conor Walker and plus 280 for Sam.
Yeah, because Conor's been more active. His pressure, that style. But I mean, I think Sam is live. I'm not going to say I'm going to take him right now, but I think Sam is live.
All right, we got 3 more fights I want to get through. Durate and Angel Fierro. It's a fun fight, I suppose.
You got me mispronounced. Duarte.
I'm going to say Durate because that's just how I talk.
You got me saying that, Duarte. Yeah, so I like Duarte there.
A fight I really don't care about. I think all these fights are basically garbage. Like I'm not going to pretend like I think Durate and Angel Fierro is a good fight. It's not. It's 2 fighters who aren't particularly good. And so is this fight. Resendez and Munguia. I probably like.
You don't think Duarte's that good?
Not really. I mean, not really.
You don't like
he's good?
Well, I mean, I like a guy who gets stopped and then starts figuring things out, starts adding levels.
He'll win this fight because he's fighting a club fighter.
He beat Kenny Sims fighting off the road. He showed me more boxing than I thought he had. And Fierro, I'm not going to buy tickets to this fight, but I'm going to watch it.
I'm going to watch it too. I'm just saying I'm tired of pretending like I'm excited for these fights. These aren't good fights. We know who wins and the fighters aren't good. Like, why is it? What's good about it?
Bro, we watched Ben Mahoney versus Dan Hill.
I understand. I'm just articulating. I'm getting tired of being fed a crappy product. That's all I'm saying.
It's an opportunity to make money, baby.
It is, and we will make up. I'm not betting Duarte at minus 1,000, but yeah. I may take it by stoppage. We'll see if that comes down. We'll see. I don't have props on it yet, but Resendez and Munguia. I like the dog here. I like Resendez. Here.
He's the dog. Wow. Just recently elevated. He's a WBA full champ, isn't he? After beating Caleb.
Unbelievable.
I'm sorry. I know people, the counter argument to what I'm about to say is hard for me to get past Elijah Garcia stopping Resendez at 160. And then, yeah, Johnny, but it's hard for me to get past Bruno Sirache stopping Munguia when Sirache had like 4 knockouts. I get all that. I can't believe Resendez is the dog. I think,
I know.
you know, are they just worried? What do they think? Munguia's volume? Munguia's just pressure is going to.
I guess it's pressure. Yeah, I guess he's going to break him.
Resendez,
what is the opposite of Caleb Plant? Jaime Munguia. So I guess their logic is the Caleb Plant fight doesn't tell me much about how he'll do it Munguia. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, which is understandable.
Yeah.
But look how Resendez did against Elijah's a pressure fighter. And Elijah does, and I'd probably say, and Elijah was 19 years old in that fight.
Yeah.
Munguia's on his grown man. He's been cycling through his gear lately. Munguia didn't look that bad in the rematch in Saudi against Sirache. He made some adjustments, and he was winning every moment of the first fight until he chose to clock out mentally when he had Sirache on the ropes and dropped his hands and got right-handed countered with a gorgeous, gorgeous counter by Sirache. It's just one of those punches. So I don't know yet. I think Munguia is going to have the height advantage, the size advantage, the reach, the volume, the output. Resendez hasn't fought in like a year. I don't know. I'm torn on that.
And then the last fight, Ramirez and Benavidez. We touched on it earlier. I don't even think this is close. I think it goes the distance, but I like Benavidez by decision here all day.
I'm always going to play the devil's advocate. We know that Zurdo's tough. You know, Benavidez, his first fight when he went up from super middle to light heavy, his first few fights, his power wasn't really there. He only had his first stoppage was against Anthony Yarde in his last fight. He moves up again to cruiser. Is it too much? I don't know. I mean, will he stop Gilbert? I don't think he stops Zurdo.
I don't think he stops him. I think it's a decision. I like Benavidez by decision. Yeah.
Yeah. Zurdo's record is filled and comprised of a lot of questionable, you know, an atypical manufactured record, which is fine.
I don't think Gilbert's that good. I just think
that's what I mean.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Yeah. So, I mean, or what, you know, is there a chance Benavidez a couple more pounds has more power? You don't really see it. You don't, historically, that's not usually the case. But I mean, we saw it with Tiger Johnson. Tiger goes from 40 to 47. Now he's stopping guys. So, you know, who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? So
you like Benavidez by decision too?
I do.
All right.
How about there's one fight before I let Echo Essuman is a plus 190 dog against Jack Rafferty right now. I would and Twitter, all the Twitter trolls, Johnny ruined another line, blah, blah, blah. But I've been getting trolled for that, for giving away these. I think Echo Essuman at plus 190 against Jack Rafferty might be a steal. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. You might want to lock that into it because it ain't going to close that way. I don't know why it would open like that. Yeah.
You might want to
look into that. All right, Johnny, we've been on over an hour. Appreciate you, my dude.
Appreciate you too, brother, man. This is what you and I do. It's always a pleasure coming on. Thanks for having me, and vice versa. For the boys, look, the chat's going to be the chat, but we know what time it is.
We appreciate everyone dropping by. Again, if you're here from my channel, make sure to give Johnny a sub and a like. If you're here for Johnny's channel, vice versa. Give me a like and a sub too. We appreciate it.
Let's do it.
There'll be more of this. We got some big fights coming up.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't mean to sound negative. I'm just concerned about the long-term health of my
it's
baby.
It's okay, man. We need people more concerned. Well, let's do this a few more times. We got May's going to be a lot of at least higher caliber cards, so let's do a couple collabs in May. All right.
Sounds good, Johnny.
All right, buddy. Stay up.
All right.
See ya.
Be good. April 23rd, 2026, from Texas to the world. Thank y'all and God bless.
Don't miss a tweet, post, story, or video. 3D Boxing is on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Hit the subscribe button now to stay inside the ring.